The Australian Transport Safety Bureau has published its final report into the collision with terrain involving Robinson R44 Hotel November Foxtrot, which occurred 69 kilometres southeast of Hay Airport, New South Wales, on the 31st of July 2020. While conducting aerial weed spraying along a perimeter fence and adjacent track at Steam Plains Station, the pilot turned the spray off and conducted a climb to clear a stand of trees. As the helicopter descended to continue spraying, the top of the left skid struck a power line that crossed the flight path. The helicopter entered uncontrolled flight and collided with terrain about 120 metres beyond where it struck the wire, resulting in fatal injuries to the pilot. The ATSB found that the pilot knew the wire existed and overflew a small section of the target area earlier that morning, but did not conduct an aerial inspection to identify hazards and verify the location of the power line on the accident flight. Without the aerial hazard check, the pilot was reliant on seeing the wire during the flight and/or identifying its location from poles or other clues, but was unable to do so in time to avoid the wire strike. The pilot's injuries were consistent with flailing due to the left side impact, but it could not be determined whether the pilot slipped out of or was not wearing the shoulder sash portion of the three-point harness. Although the pilot was wearing a helmet, it did not attenuate the impact to survivable levels. Either the impact forces exceeded the helmet design specifications, or the helmet was not fitted, worn, or maintained correctly. As part of the investigation, the ATSB has issued a safety advisory notice advising pilots and operators that a correctly fitted and secured flight helmet can significantly reduce injuries and save lives during a serious incident or accident. The ATSB strongly encourages all pilots, in particular those conducting low-level operations, to always wear a flight helmet ensuring that it is fit for purpose, custom fitted to the pilot's head, properly secured by using the chin strap, and maintained in accordance with the manufacturer's recommendations. The pilot was not effectively managing severe obstructive sleep apnea, or OSA, which can cause impairments in cognitive functions, including attention and short-term memory, and increase the risk of the pilot suffering the effects of fatigue. It could not be determined whether the pilot was experiencing any impairments associated with the condition. The condition had also not been disclosed to CASA, which prevented oversight of any ongoing safety risk associated with the condition. As a result of the investigation, the ATSB is highlighting key pre-application strategies for all aerial application pilots to help reduce the risk of a wire strike. Ensure you are mentally and physically fit to fly. Common symptoms of OSA include snoring, excessive daytime sleepiness, and poor concentration. CASA's Obstructive Sleep Apnea and Aviation Safety Fact Sheet advises pilots who have symptoms of OSA or suspect they may have it to see a general practitioner. A diagnosis of OSA must be reviewed by a designated aviation medical examiner. CASA advises that pilots are more likely to be medically certified if they can show objective measures that demonstrate OSA is under control. One essential component of pre-flight planning is to get information about the location of power lines in your operating area. This includes using available power line mapping. If you are in Queensland, New South Wales or South Australia, be sure to download and use the Look Up and Live app, available for Apple and Android devices from respective app stores. In other states and territories, check with your local energy provider for available power line information. And remember, you can also request markers be installed on wires that pose a hazard to aviation safety. Even with a map of known power lines, no matter how many hours of aerial application experience you have, and whether the target area is new to you or you flew it yesterday, a pre-application aerial survey from a safe height should be a non-negotiable piece of your personal commitment to safety. You can read the final report and the safety advisory notice on the ATSB's website by searching AO-2020-040.